Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King. Welcome back to the channel. If you're wondering about this, you're gonna have to go over to Twitch and find all that information there. Today, we are talking about crossplay coming on into Dead by Daylight. This has been an ongoing thing that's been happening. I need to give you guys some context about this before we actually talk about if crossplay is going to be a thing, if this is going to be a major announcement or anything like that. About 4 months ago, I made a video talking about how crossplay could come on into Dead by Daylight and the steps that they would need to take in order to achieve this. Long story short, I gave a lot of points saying they need to optimize some servers, they need to fix the balancing a bit, etc, etc. As you guys know, we now have dedicated servers on in the game, and they introduced crossplay from PC players to Windows Store players, and this allowed them to play together. This was kind of them testing if crossplay could actually work PC to PC. Recently, we've seen a lot of posts on Reddit and places like that where some console players are saying they're getting matched up against PC players. Now, PC, we initially thought these were all just Windows Store players. However, as we matched some names, we found out that people like Otts, people like Scott, are getting into lobbies with people that are on console. And these console players are reporting the same thing back over to PC. We're seeing this everywhere in Reddit. Now, even more so recently, there's been a new hack that's been going around. A lot of people have covered this in the video. I've made a video on this, Mr. Red Panda did, Monto made a video on this, Ertolidia, and a bunch of other people. There's this new client that's going around that's allowing people to do a bunch of things. You can do anything. And one of the things that they're able to do is to forcefully put content creators or anybody who they decide to hack into lobbies with console players. Now, people have been getting targeted for this, and what they also can do is put you against red ranks. They can give you faster queue times. They can put you against any ranks that they want. They can even put you against someone depending on if you're both looking at the same time. For example, if Monto's looking for a game and I'm looking for a game, bam, they can put us together. And then if Polyester decides to look for a game at the same time, can put them in the lobby too. It's really crazy what's going on, and the developers are quickly working on a patch for this. We brought it to their attention, so they'll be fixing that soon. But the big overlooking thing that I want to talk about from all of this is crossplay. Crossplay obviously is possible, right? We're playing against these console players. We're playing against people on the Switch, you know, and we're seeing what's actually happening. Obviously, we're not ready for crossplay. This isn't something that's supposed to be out just yet. However, it's still there and it's still working. PC players are playing against console players. So it brings me to my point, is Dead by Daylight ready for crossplay? Because it looks like the framework is already there. Obviously, if we can test it, everyone's connected to the same dedicated servers and they're forcefully putting people together. It brings a lot of questions. The first one, as I mentioned, is DBD ready for crossplay? Meaning legally, are they ready for crossplay? I'm not sure exactly how all of it works, but I remember in the past, some companies were saying that they're waiting for confirmation from Sony and Microsoft if they could actually do this. So maybe that's still something that they haven't done yet, and these hackers are forcefully doing, and it's going to put them in a little bit of an awkward position. In addition to this, let's say that is out the way, is the balancing ready to face something as strong as crossplay? Because we know a PC nurse is very dominant compared to a console nurse who's very lackluster. And the same can be said about a lot of other killers, and vice versa. There's some really strong Ghostface and Freddy's on PS4, and on PC you don't really see them all too often because there's such a wide selection of characters that you can play from. In my video talking about crossplay, we went ahead and looked at some of these things and talked about the balancing changes that they needed to do. We also said that they need to make it so that people on console have the opportunity to use mouse and keyboard just to flatten the curve and make it more similar to PC players, because a big problem is controller optimization. There's not enough sensitivity. This is why 360ing is used more than actual palettes and loopings on console, and on PC it's more just run to the palette, you know what tile you're doing, continue and continue. Now, my theory for all of this is that they are going to announce crossplay in their anniversary stream. We know that's coming up soon. Last year, we got the Freddy changes, we got the archives reveal, everything like that. It was huge. So this year, with the circumstances, with the whole, you know, everything that's going on in the world right now, it might be a little bit more difficult to announce something huge like this and get the point across to everybody, but I still think this is what they're pushing for. And another thing that they're probably working on when they're going to push this update out is ranking changes. Because if we're taking console players and we're putting them up against PC players, like I said, the skill level is going to be very, very different. So ranks need to be accurately changed to fit the skill level of all players, because surely there's some god console players and surely there's some god PC players. And right now there's people in red ranks that don't truly belong in the red ranks. Dead by Daylight said that themselves, that rank merely equals the amount of time that you put on into the game. Now, I was recently targeted with these hacks as well, and I personally played against console players on stream against my will. I went ahead, these were all red ranks, and they just weren't playing like red ranks. I knew this wasn't any Windows Store player because they turned oddly, they didn't do loops or anything like that. I'm not saying that all console players are bad or anything like that. It's just that there's a lot of people, even on PC, that are in the red ranks that don't belong in the red ranks. They don't play to that skill level. And that's where this will come hand in hand with the new ranking overhaul. So this whole rambling video, this whole thing that I'm talking about essentially is crossplay is more than likely to come, and they are going to introduce that with the ranking changes. And I think this is going to come hand in hand together in their developer anniversary stream. I just wanted to bring this to your attention to let you guys know what's currently going on in the community and how that's affecting things and stuff like that. That's just my little rant. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe for some more daily Dead by Daylight content. Tomorrow's going to be a huge day, so make sure you guys are subscribed. And we'll be live on Twitch. We'll explain the hair and everything like that. So we'll see you over there. Take care, everybody. I tip my crown to you guys as always, and we'll see you in the fog.